Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of AMA Air. I'm Chris Savage.
And I'm Erin Dobbs. Later we're going to visit Purdue University and the first ever Collegiate Drone Racing Championship, as well as hear about our Generations of Flight Stories of the Month.
That's right. But first, here are some news stories from around the hobby. Representatives from the AMA visited the National Science Teachers Association conference this past month to reinforce the AMA's motto, Education through Aviation. The conference allows educators from around the world to meet with companies and organizations with the goal of improving STEM-related curriculum and activities in the classroom. The event was especially valuable for the AMA as it allowed exposure of model aviation to many non-members who may not have realized how the hobby could work in their STEM curriculum.
The Triple Tree Aerodrome is about to open its iconic gates for Joe Nall Week. The event, one of the largest model fly-ins in the country, drew more than 1,700 pilots and 13,000 spectators last year. In addition to all of the fun in the sky, there will also be a general membership meeting held, as well as a meeting of the AMA Safety Committee. Joe Nall 2017 will be held May 13th through the 20th, and spectator prices are $15 per day. For more information, visit www.tripletreeaerodrome.com.
Time is running out to purchase National Model Aviation Day merchandise for yourself or for your club's event. Hats are available, and t-shirts can be purchased in adult sizes small through 3X. The deadline to order is June 1st, and shipping will start June 15th. National Model Aviation Day was created to encourage clubs around the country to join together and celebrate the hobby by sharing it with the public. That event will be held this year on August 12th, and more information can be found at nationalmodelaviationday.org.
After this break, we'll visit with some college students who are taking their love of the hobby to a whole new level. We'll be right back.
Are you ready? Not sure which retracts are right for your plane? Go to robart.com, click on the gear finder at the top of the page. Choose your kit manufacturer. Choose your plane. And pick whether you want pneumatic or electric. Still not sure? Dimension drawings are available for most of the retracts.
On April 15th, college students from 27 universities around the country gathered at Purdue University to compete in the first ever National Collegiate Drone Racing Championship. Chris has more.
As the student drone pilots competed in the National Collegiate Drone Racing Championship at Purdue, they had to fight an extra opponent, the wind.
Wind is definitely an issue. It's quite a big factor. There's a big crosswind, and the wind picks up spontaneously.
Derek Cantrell, a student at Tennessee Tech, considered the wind challenging.
On my first quad, the wind was a big issue because my camera angle was fixed and it was too low. So I was trying to navigate with a lot of the wind, but with this one I was able to increase the camera angle and cut through the wind a lot better. All in all, it's not horrible. I've flown with wind before, but it is a lot higher than I'm used to.
The event started early in the day with the qualifying heats. Michael Wilson, a student at Kansas State, had a few issues during his flight.
I started out the day with my first heat. I ended up 4 laps, so that was a really good day, and then it just kind of went downhill from there. I don't know really what happened. It ended up, I think 1 lap after that, and then started crashing out. But
Michael was pretty content with the drone he flew, but it wasn't able to escape harm.
This was the one I was running. It's just kind of a cheap frame, actually, but the way I think of it is cheap frame, if you put nicer electronics on it, it'll work out. You can keep up with the fastest quads in the world. I ended up smacking the concrete over there. That's why that little bit broke.
Patrick, a student at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, has had similar experiences.
A good tip for anyone getting into the multi-GP community or racing for that aspect: have 2 identical quads. You will need them. Have a backup at all times and spare parts.
While Michael may not have had the flight he was hoping for, he was happy with Multi-GP's involvement in the event.
And it's really nice with the way they've run all their video system and set up. So, it's like I usually don't get this crystal clear video at local races, so it's kind of nice not having to worry about it.
Derek, who began flying in November, is impressed with the drone racing community.
Yeah, no matter where you go, it seemed like if you have a question, no matter how novice or stupid, they're really itching to help you because they want to grow it just as much as you want to be in it.
Georgia Tech finished first in the National Collegiate Drone Racing Championship team competition, with the University of California, Berkeley in second and Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in third. Generations of Flight is all about showcasing model aircraft enthusiasts and their love for the hobby. Each week, one story is selected and featured as the story of the week. This month's winners were Trent, Reginald, and Jimmy. Trent shared the story of his friend Jerry, a lifelong aeromodeler. Reginald wrote about flying with his father, and Jimmy reflected on how a childhood interest in RC flying led to what he calls a full-on love affair with aviation.
To read these stories and others, visit generationsofflight.com. To share your story, click on Submit a Photo. You can also help preserve the history of model aviation by visiting the National Model Aviation Museum's History Project. You can read biographies, club histories, and company histories, or submit your own. If you are interested in submitting your story or other modeling history, information can be found at modelaircraft.org.
In case you are unable to attend the Week Signals Toledo RC Expo, we've got some good news for you. Model Aviation Magazine was on hand and has brought all the sights and sounds from the show right to your home. You can see the complete coverage from the Toledo RC Expo at modelaviation.com. And a special thanks to Motion RC for sponsoring that coverage.
That's all we have for this episode of AMA Air. If you have a story you think we should have on the show, visit air.modelaircraft.org and tell us about it by sending us an airmail.
And if you're not already a member of the AMA, visit modelaircraft.org and sign up today. We'll see you next time, everybody, but for now, it's time to get flying.